What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, it's showing me lost connection. Hopefully we're good. Are we good? Are we good? We're good. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Y'all come on in. Share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list for a free one-card pull. Let me get the mirror mode on for you guys so that you can read the cards as they come up. I love to show you the imagery and help walk you through how to understand even what I'm reading, right? How am I picking up those things? So, welcome in. Share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list for a free one-card pull. We got like all kinds of notifications popping up over here on this side. It's weird because I don't even know what all that's about. Points for ranking for something. What's up, Love Universe? How are you? I apologize, guys. I have not found the ring light to replace what I have. So we still have bad lighting tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. We're here. Share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list for the free one-card pulls. I'm going to go ahead and get the list started here. And then we're going to move in to our healing session and our Teach Me Tarot. I'm finally feeling better after being down the last couple of weeks. No ring light. I know it just died on me last week. I had my internet went down, my ring light died, and something else happened. I don't remember, but it like kicked me off the live and everything. It was crazy. So I lost everything. I don't know what the hell was up with that. All right, let me go back here and get these shares. Love Universe. I got you. Hello, welcome in, April. JT, I got you. I'm so proud of you. I'm just loving watching all your stuff happening. Thank you for the follow, Tammy. Hi, Rosie. Y'all look like you were having such a blast last night. Hi, Erica. How are you? Welcome in, guys. If you'd like to be a part of the free one-card pool, share the live to your top 15. Hi, Mike. Or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list for a free one-card pool. Got invites to go live and all kinds of mess up here. Hi, Tyler. Tyler, thank you for sharing. I got your share. Share to Facebook. Awesome. When it shows up on my screen, I will be able to record that for you. It doesn't show that it actually went through yet. Hi, Daryl. Thank you for sharing. I got you. Oh, I know. A big 360. I'm so proud of you. You've grown so much in a year. I mean, you literally manifested the life of your dreams. You literally did what we teach in here. And now you live in there, work in there. Yes, it was nice to have the kiddos spend some time with my siblings. Oh, whoa, that's cool. What was that? The solar system. How cool was that? Classic Ash, I see your share now. All right, there are 3 spots left if you want a free one-card pool. Share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list. You said, I know, right? That was really cool. Oh, apparently you're sending all kinds of planets, but it's not showing me the big thing. I'm just getting notices that you said Venus and Jupiter and Mercury. Fuck Mercury. We have an out. We are not okay. We are not okay with each other. I kind of want to change my name back to I Got This. I can hear. Yeah, do it. I got this. I got you. What up, Not a Bumblebee? How are you? Andy's World, I see your share. Thank you. How are you guys doing? I'm finally feeling like 100% again. Finally. I swear Mercury retrograde just decided to stay an extra 2 weeks in my house. I'm like, what the fuck? What's up, Miss Dragonfly? How are you, Andy? Tired but good. That's a good place to be. It was your birthday Saturday. Happy belated birthday. That's awesome. What'd you do to celebrate? All right, I got 2 spots left. Who else wants it? 2 spots left. Share the live to your top 15, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started on those. Welcome, welcome. And an astronaut. You can see an astronaut. Not a Bumblebee. I got you. And Miss D, I got you. Thank you for sharing. Raquel, you missed it. You have to share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. You accepted a job. Yay. And put in your 2 weeks notice. Awesome. Awesome. That's so exciting. Raquel, stick around. I do free reads all throughout this hour. So we're going to do teaching and free reads and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's awesome. Just stick around. You'll enjoy it. I promise there's something here for you. There's a reason why you're here. All right. Love universe, you are first up on our free 1-card pull. So let's see what I got for you. Wow, there it is. New beginnings, baby. Just because one door closes, that doesn't mean you got to search for a window. That means a bigger, better door is opening. Okay? So get ready for this new beginning. You've got a new, exciting adventure ahead of you. Okay? I'm hearing the next 8 to 12 weeks is going to be very transformative in your life. Okay? So stay focused. It is a random planet. I love this. And I got a diagnosis of what's been going on with me physically. And I taught my first class. Girl, look at you. Getting your shit together. I love it. JT Allen, this is for you. Let's see what I get for you today. Sorry it's so dark, y'all. Here, hold on. Let me fix it. It won't be so dark for me now. I at least brightened up my screen so I can see better. All right, so this is for you, JT. It looks like you are still in the waiting game, waiting for things to unfold, and Spirit's just telling you to be patient in this journey. There's a lot of growth happening. This is all about balancing things within yourself and within your environment. So continue the growth process and know that as you learn the lessons, you will break free from the cycles, right? Aw, thank you. Thank you, Miss Tristan. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Okay, Rosie, you got 2 coming out here. You saw 11-11, and it's 1-11 today. 1-11 today. Okay, so, or 11-1, however you want to say it, but it's 1-1-1. So, Rosie, you've got this, that, you know, you've got some old situations were in their head, it seems like, and so Spirit's telling you to be patient in the process and don't fall back into old habits and toxic patterns, right? But to remember who you are, how far you've come, and that you don't have to respond, right? You don't have to engage that. Definitely accept it. Awesome. All right, Tyler's up next. Tyler, now is not the time to back down. You are a strong, brave, bold force to be reckoned with, and you need to stand in your power. I felt that, like, ooh, uprising of power. I love it. All right, Daryl, I got this. I got you. This is for you. I got this. Okay. Oh, okay. So you are in this place of needing to rest, okay? I feel like you're just like that gung-ho. I just want to keep going. I just want to keep moving. I want to push forward. I want to get to that next phase of life, right? But Spirit's saying that in order for you to move forward, you have to first integrate, and then those things have to be tested, right? And we have to prove that we have mastered that lesson before we move on. Just like in elementary school, you had to master the test before you can move on. And so Spirit's telling you that as you are moving through this, you need to be using your powers. Stop sitting here thinking that the only thing you can do is pray about things, okay? Manifest that shit. Get what you want. All right, Classic Ash, this is for you. Hi, Deborah. How are you? My name is Alicia. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to my home. Okay, wow, you have a whole freaking read that came out here. You know what's crazy is this is like very, very similar to group 3 reading that I just posted. But yeah, you are really being tested right now, right? We go through those periods of expansion, then integration, then testing, right? Is it going to stick? Did you actually learn the lesson, or are you just skating on by, right? We're actually checking in with things, right? So Spirit is really testing you on your resolve of loving you and putting you first. So this could come in the forms of people or places or things coming back into your life, representing themselves, and you automatically over-giving, over-compensating, over-attaching, all of those things. Right? So Spirit's reminding you to focus on pouring into yourself and to remember that as change happens so quickly, it's also something that we have to initiate quickly, right? We have to enact that quickly. When we see a change and we need to act on it, we got to do it like this, right? Does that make sense? There you go. Hello, Nicole. Welcome in. All right, Andy, you are up. Andy, this is for you. Whoa. Andy, looks like you've got this new beginning that you've been working on. Like Spirit, you don't get the notifications for the live. I'm so sorry. Tap the little bell button is the only thing I know to tell you. Put me on the bell. That's all I know to tell you. They finally put it back. We didn't have it for a while, so I'm glad it's back, but it doesn't seem to be working from what everybody's telling me. So here we go. This is what I got for you, is that you have been stripped down to the core, right? It's like you've had to have this whole tower moment, letting go of everything that's no longer serving you and stepping into your power and rebuilding, right? But rebuilding this time differently, where you know the solid structure's there because you laid it, right? And so this is just telling you that you're in that rebuilding process. You're on the right path. Keep working hard towards your goals. All right, not a bumblebee. This is for you. Whoa, this is for you. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Okay, so Spirit is, I got, look, I just shuffled that one back in. It's like sticking out again. So Spirit is saying to you also, as you're rebuilding your life, hold on, mirror mode, I can't tell which one I'm moving. But as you're rebuilding your life, this is saying that you need to be wise with your finances as you're rebuilding, that you are needing to focus on pursuing the passion that Spirit has put in you, and that will be what becomes your provision. But right now, you're really squandering what Spirit's giving you. So you need to be careful with your finances, okay? Your wisdom and finances as you're rebuilding. All right, Miss D is up next. You're welcome, Andy. Miss D. Okay, you are in a period of balance. This is trusting your intuition, following your guides, following your stomach, right? Trusting for a full body yes, and we have that resonance within our spirit. Otherwise, we're not moving forward, right? So this is just telling you to balance all areas, not to overexert yourself and overcommit in a certain area or hyperfixate on a situation, right? But to bring balance in all areas, okay? Good night, Daryl. It's good to see you. Seems so early to go to bed. It's only 9:30. I get so many people that like to go to bed early. What is it? What's up with that? All right, I'm going to turn that music down for a minute. You are so welcome. All right, so we are going to move into our healing segment really quickly, okay? And I want you guys, this is going to be, I'm actually kind of going to give you a little bit of homework, okay? So this is an exercise that I did today in working through that book. It's 10:30 there. Oh, you gotta get up before? Yeah, go to bed. You should already been in bed then, right? We're going to talk about a situation where, well, not even a situation. We're going to let you like work into some situations. You know, I've been reading that book, The Betrayal Bond, and I kind of set it down for a little while, focused on some other ones. I usually have 3 or 4 books going at a time, if I'm honest with you. Okay. So it's like, okay, I'm good at processing that right now. Maybe I need to not focus on that. Let me focus on manifestation. Okay. Let me move from manifestation and focus on mindset. Let me move from that to, so I don't know. I enjoy having multiple ones, but this book, I decided to pick it back up today. My spirit was really leaning towards that book and really feeling like I needed to do the exercise that was in the book, which is why I had paused the book, because it was on the go in the car and I could not do the exercise when it came up. So I did that exercise today, and I want to share that with you all because I feel like it's transformative. For me, it helped me to realize how much growth I have had, how much healing I have had, and how I do look at things differently now. Whereas in the past, I would be easily seduced, right? Easily betrayed, because I would be seduced by the mindset and the hope of acceptance or family or love, right? And I finally found all of that within myself, so I no longer am seeking it in outside sources. So those outside sources no longer have that manipulation, that control factor over me, because they offer me or promise me all of these things that I was hoping for and looking in other people for. Does that make sense? So I had to recognize that the healing needed to happen in me. I needed to first love myself. I needed to first accept myself. I needed to first show up for myself, right? I spent my whole life loving everyone else and showing up for everyone else and hoping and praying and wishing that if I could help them fix themselves, if I could see that tiny sliver of light in them, and they could then bring that out of themselves, and they would be this radiant light being, and they would finally see the value that I brought to the table, and they would then love me, right? So it was people-pleasing tendencies. So in this book, it talks about how we have trauma bonds, and they call it a betrayal bond, because the reality is, for most of us, it's like we get seduced into these situations, and then we have this awakening of, holy shit, they just like did everything opposite of what they promised, right? So it has you go through, and it talks about, name the people who have seduce you, right? And seduction doesn't have to simply be in a sexual form, right? Seduction can simply be that of the approval, right? It can be a spiritual seduction. It can be something to where they're manipulating you in different ways, using your spirituality against you, using your belief system against you, enticing you and telling you to do certain things because that's what the Bible says to do, even though it goes against your intuition. You need to learn to trust you, trust your gut, trust your intuition, and not depend on everyone else for those decisions that need to be made based on what their opinions are. Do you know how many times I sacrificed my intuition and sacrificed what I knew I was supposed to do because I sat there and trusted someone else, and I thought, well, they're older than me, or they're wiser than me, or, I don't know, they've been down this road before, they must think it's okay, they've been here longer than I have, it's okay, I can trust that. And I would diminish my own voice. And weeks later, as things would unfold, then it would come to light that, in fact, I was correct, that those situations were awry and those things were not doing what they were supposed to be doing, and it was going to come back and bite us in the ass, right? And this is in business, this is in relationships, this is across the board, right? So what I want you to do, I would love for you to read the book, The Betrayal Bond, if this resonates with you. But this is an exercise from the book. And you know what? Can I play it? Can I play that little part for you? I'm going to try to play this little segment for you really quickly. I was thinking I could do it from my phone, but I can't with you on there. So, hold on. Audible. Let me get signed in over here, and I'm going to actually play this little segment for you. Cindy Cat says, me. It is me. All right. My library. I've never done it on my computer before, so let's see. Oh, I forgot I got that book. I have another book to start. Oh, yay. Okay. Listen now.
Lost. The person is often so moved that tears shut away for decades, suddenly flooding again. Human systems are the same. This chapter has explored betrayal in all its forms.
Okay, bear with me just a second. Childhood abuse and trauma. The Betrayal Bond's really good, but if it was especially like from your parents, adult children of emotionally unavailable or emotionally immature parents. Excuse me. Adult children of emotionally immature parents. And if you haven't received a free book on Audible, guys, I'm happy to send it to you. You just need to send me a message on IG and say what book it is that you want me to send you, okay? Okay, can y'all hear this okay if I turn this up? Hold on, here we go.
Listen to it in its entirety, then complete it.
You guys hear that okay?
At this point, you may want to find a journal, tablet, or folder.
You're going to just take down notes tonight, and I want you to do it in your own time.
Some people have actually
and
done
then
these
process through it, okay?
on their computer and placed them in a special
He's
file.
just giving instructions to make sure that you have something to write on or type in.
Complete more exercises.
You're good.
You'll find it extremely helpful to be able to refer to your earlier work. Take your time. Do not push yourself. Allow the material to guide. If you get stuck or find it difficult, talk to people who know you and support you. Be gentle with yourself. Take breaks, but do not skip the work. Your history of seduction. Reflect on your life and select at least 5 people, 10 if you can, who have exploited you using seduction. Do not restrict yourself to sexual issues, but expand your list to include all forms of exploitation. Write the names of each person. Record after each individual the promise made, story, fantasy, dream, omission. After the promise, write the real intent or agenda you now know is true. An example is provided.
Okay, so he's fixing to give an example, but you're going to go through and you're going to write 5 to 10 names of people who have seduced you, right? Who have caused this abuse, this betrayal within you. And so you're going to go into who are they, okay? And then you're going to write out the example of what happened, right? So here's an example. Listen real closely.
You can do this in your journal, a computer, or a special tablet. We will be using this information later. Example. Gene A. Pledged that if I made my performance criteria, I would be made partner. When I did, he added that I had to do it for 3 years. After 3 years, I exceeded all my goals. He picked a fight and fired me. He never intended to bring me into the business. Analyzing your list.
Okay, so do you see that seduction can be something other than sexual now? So you're promised, you're enticed all of these bonuses, all of these things that are going to happen. You get in there and you do it, and then they say, oh, well, it actually has to be. That was my exact story. I was like, yeah, that totally happened to me. Okay, so I want you to think about it with relationships that you've been in, maybe significant others, parents even. Especially if you grew up in a traumatic childhood like I did, you may want to list multiple parents on there, right? I also put on there because it was too much for me to go through and name every single person from the church that had caused harm. I went through and just put the church in general. These were the lies that I was told. These were the things that I was expected to do, right? And then these were the ways that I behaved as a result, and these were the awakenings that I had, okay? So when you do it, your list is going to look a little like it's going to have the name and then it's going to have the story, right? And then we're going to go and we're going to put something else on there, okay? So for me, let's see. Which one do I want to share? You know, I don't think I'm supposed to share any of mine. I don't think I'm supposed to. So I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. So there's an example, okay? Are you guys following along with me, okay? So there's an example of what you're going to do, okay? I wrote mine out. Mine are very personal and very, like, detailed, and so I don't want to share all of that online right now. I've shared it with you in the past, but I don't feel like going back into that right now because I want the focus to be on the healing, right? Okay, so what we did next is this.
The following activities will deepen your understanding of the work you have done. Record your answers.
If you don't have 5, just do 4, 3, 2, 1, however many. The story, and this name, then the story. And then I continued in because I noticed the difference, right? I've healed from that. Now, if you haven't healed from that, so for example, mine was like, so with I'll share one part with you. With a romantic connection that asked me to continue to wait for them, that they would disappear out of my life, they would come back, they would profess their love, they would disappear, they would ask me to wait, they would make their decision, they would, it was just back and forth crap. And I would put my life on hold. And so for me, I had not yet processed and accepted that situation fully. And so I was devastated, I was confused, I was left to pick up the pieces of my shattered heart alone. But that's exactly what I needed. I finally woke up and realized this was a situation that was a karmic for me. I needed to learn the lesson that I could love forever, that I am worthy of a divine love, not scraps, that I am unconditional love and I deserve unconditional love, that I am capable of falling in love with someone else and them with me, because I am who I am and I no longer relate by my trauma but by my healing. So I don't relate by what I fell victim to, rather what I overcame, that I don't have to put my life on hold and wait for anyone. I deserve love. I deserve time and attention, and I deserve loyalty. I deserve honesty, and I deserve respect. Now, in the past, I looked at that situation and I would sit here and be so sad and be like, oh, my ears are ringing like crazy. I would be so sad and be like, oh my gosh, this horrible situation. I just wish they would choose me. Now I'm like, look, I chose me, bitch. I don't need you. I chose me. I showed up for me. And now I see what you are and who you are and what lesson I'm supposed to learn from you. So thank you very much for that. Now let me move along. Right? So it's really freaking cool. So for me, because I had already processed through that, I was able to see what it looks like now. So if you're able to do that, then yes, do that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put you back to it because we're going to add some things to it.
Journal, computer file, or dedicated tablet. It'll be very important for your later work in this book and for your recovery. The temptation will be to say, I have the idea, and move on to the next section. Doing this thoroughly, even if painstaking, will substantially lay the foundation for what you now need to do. 1. Place a T under the name of each individual who used terror or fear to manipulate you.
So a letter T for terror or fear. If they use terror or fear to manipulate you. So if you've got your list, then you're going to put what the situation was, how they seduced you, and then you're going to put next to their name a capital T if they use trauma or fear to trap you, okay? T for trauma or fear, okay?
Place a P under the name of each individual who abused his power over you, such as an employer, therapist, teacher, or parent.
P for power. If they use their power to manipulate you, then put P for power. So in some of my situations, it was a boss or it was a parent. They had power. They had the control. So of course they used that to manipulate, right? Well, do it. I'm giving you the tools to do it right now because this blew my mind when I did it. And I put this off for weeks. I was supposed to do this weeks ago and I put it off. So don't be me. Learn. Do it now. Well, I did it when Spirit told me to, so it's fine.
An I under the name of each individual who exploited the intimacy of your relationship,
An I for
such as a
intimacy.
friend, spouse, family member, or therapist. Place an S under the name of each individual who exploited your...
So I for intimacy. Look, I made an I. As if you could still see that other arm there. So an I for intimacy. Yes, I used to do all of that. So I for intimacy. If they use the intimacy, the closeness of your relationship. So for me, with an ex-mother-in-law, that was a trauma bond for me, because she promised me this loving, we love you, we accept you, we're so happy, we accept your kids, blah, blah, blah. Truth was, there was no acceptance of my children. It was just a bragging of this person stepping in to care for her children, of which they later abandoned. So it was all for the toting of the glory of how many children. It wasn't for the connection, right? And so I was seduced into the love and acceptance. That was a big thing for me. Can you place multiple letters with each name? Yes. Not all of mine. All of mine had more than one, except for one. Most of them had every fucking one of these. Because it was like trauma encircling trauma after trauma, right? So yes, you will have multiple letters next to it. Okay, so then you're going to do I for intimacy, and then he started to say S. Okay, here's S.
Or source of meaning, spirit in your life. 2. After you have put the letters under their names.
So hold on.
He added that I had to do it for 3 years.
It's going to
After
replay.
3 years, I exceeded all my goals. He picked a fight and fired me. He
Just
never
listen
intended
real
to
quick and
bring
let
me
it
into
run
the
through your
business.
notes. Make sure it matches.
Analyzing your list. The following activities will deepen your understanding of the work you have done. Record your answers in a journal, computer file, or dedicated tablet. It will be very important for your later work in this book and for your recovery. The temptation will be to say, I have the idea, and move on to the next section. Doing this thoroughly, even if painstaking, will substantially lay the foundation for what you now need to do.
So there's our
1.
reassurance, right? Keep
Place
going.
a T under the name of each individual who used terror or fear to manipulate you.
T for
Place
terror,
a P
fear.
under the name of each individual who abused his power over you, such as an employer, therapist, teacher, or parent. Place an I under the name of each individual who exploited the intimacy of your relationship, such as a friend, spouse, family member, or therapist. Place an S under the name of each individual who exploited your values or source of meaning, spirit in your life. 2. After you have put the
Okay,
letters
so
under
S
their
is
names,
spiritual, right?
notice if you have any patterns. Are there specific letters that appear
This
over
is
and
T.
over again? For example, do you have a lot of T's and P's? Record in your paperwork what you think this means. Where does this pattern come from? 3. Some individuals...
Okay, so then what I realized is I started doing that. What's funny is I noticed, hi Marcella, you had one person who had all of them. I had several who had all of them. And so when I went through that then and I looked at those, what's funny is I noticed the I first, the intimacy. So in my world, that means that my mindset for the longest was, if I let you get close, you hurt me. Everyone that gets close hurts me. If you know intimate details, you will use them against me eventually. You will try to harm me with those things because that was my experience, right? So now, as a result, I realize that my intimacy was simply me sharing my trauma, trying to find someone that could make me feel okay, that could make me feel good, that could show up for me in that moment of triggering to make me feel better. And if you made me feel better when I was triggered, you were my hero. And I was locked and loaded to you for life. Until you turned and started using all of that against me. And then I realized, now you're just hurting me even more. That hurts, and now this hurts because you've used that against me. So now it's this compounded trauma, right? And so finally, when I went in and I finally realized I got to show it for myself, I got to go back and give myself what I needed in those moments of trauma. When I'm triggered, I show up for me. I don't need somebody else to save me. That little girl inside needs me to show up for her, needs me to come in and say, you're safe, you're loved, you're accepted, and I got this. Let's process through it, baby. Let's feel it. You can be angry. What are you angry about? You're sad. What are you sad about? Let's talk about it, right? And I started listening to my body. We had a conversation about that, actually connecting with your body. You are a soul. You are experiencing a body. You have a body. You are not a body. You're not your thoughts. You're not your feelings. You're not your emotions. You're not your body. Those are all tools that you have. Okay? So when I went through there, I started noticing that all the I's. Well, then I realized, oh, well, right off the I went into the S, right? And like that, there was a lot of that too. And then I realized, well, T was on all of them but one. And I totally did not notice that until after I processed through the spiritual. So for me, it's I let you in close and I let you in on my belief system, right? So those two things together, I looked at it and went, okay, those are the most scary for me. Spirituality, I know I'm afraid to be judged. I'm afraid to be rejected. These were my thought patterns before. So I don't want to do the wrong thing. I don't want to do something that's going to get me, kicked out or banned or whatever else, right? And then, so I lived my whole life in fear. Those were the two that stuck out to me. And then after that, I was like, oh, Lord, it's literally, I have all of them on every one of them except for two, and I only had 8, okay? So 6 out of the 8, I had every single type of trauma that these people had seduced me with. And so I realized, you go in and you look at that and you go, okay, why are these certain things triggers for me? Why do they get me in these ways? And over, the theme in mine is seeking acceptance. I'm a people pleaser, right? I'm not anymore. I was a people pleaser. I would show up and do everything I could to just prove my worth and value to you, because if you accepted me and you loved me, then I could love me and I could accept me because I got your approval and you're who matters. You're who matters. Right? And I stepped out of all of that and finally started focusing on healing myself and showing up for myself. And I don't care if you approve of me or not, because all that matters is me, and me seeking all that loving and acceptance. Well, this is what I wrote. Okay. So, hold on. The next part is, I'm going to share the next part and then I'll share mine. Okay.
On your list may be seducing you in many ways. Perhaps it was even difficult to select which seduction to record. For each individual, make a separate list of all the seductions and what the true intent was for each. 4. Notice if there are any commonalities across the promises made. Is there any common story or promise to which you are susceptible? What is it about that scenario that makes you so vulnerable? What hope or need kept you going? 5. What efforts to stop did you make? What happened to those efforts? In what ways could you have taken care of yourself better? 6. What do the various people...
Okay, so that next little step is talking about finding those threads, right? So what is the typical person who could have seduced you? Did it say that part?
Your list have in common. Notice if there are any personality traits, habits, or qualities they share. Does a type emerge? If so, who in your family or early childhood history is similar? Write a description of the typical person who can seduce you. What sense do you make of how that came to be?
Okay, so this is you finding the tools, right? This is you doing the work. So we've figured out who has triggered us, how they triggered us, or they seduced us into this, right? How did they seduce us into this? How did they then betray us? How do we recognize that this is a pattern for us, that there's a pattern that's happening? And then identifying who it is that even can come and do those types of things, right? I noticed that about myself. So even if my job consists of me being like that, I don't have to be outside my job. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so this is saying mine was a typical person who could have seduced me was a narcissist who appeared confident, flirtatious, funny, and kind, who would listen to all of my traumas and hold me while I cried because I didn't know I could fix the shit. Now I know better. So I've healed those parts of me. They mimicked my father. Distant, elusive, funny, quick-witted, sarcastic, and alluring. I would chase after the glimmer of light I could see and think that I somehow drew that out of them. And if I would, then that maybe one day they would see my value and be who they were supposed to be, and thus complete me and my job on this planet. I thought it was my job. I thought it was my job. That was not my job. Boy, was it ever not my job. I know now that is a reflection of the lack of healing that they have not done and the trauma that plagues their consciousness. I am not, nor was I ever responsible for their healing, their processing, their growth. I now choose people who have already chosen themselves, who bring their inner peace, not their turmoil, and they know that true healing comes from within. They would also be someone who made me question and second guess my intuition. They would demand I go against it at all costs, stating that that was my emotions and that I needed to be logical. Use my femininity against me even. Oh, you're just being a woman. You got to think like a man. It's a man's world. You got to think like a man, right? So they would have dismissed me and my feelings. They would have spoken to my physical beauty and they would love bomb me. I would now see this a mile away. I would expect more substance alongside the compliments and attention to my physical body, right? So I've realized I no longer am in that place. And I've been in this place of, you know what, I'm not going out, I'm not dating, I'm not doing any of that because I'm fixing me. I don't want to attract more of what I've already been through because I've been through that for the last 20 years because that's all I know to attract because that's my vibration, right? I was unhealed attracting unhealed. I was broken attracting broken. And so now I'm healed. Healing, right? We're always in the process of healing, but I'm processing through those things and I'm seeing that I look at those things differently. And it just gave me confidence to know, like, damn it, you know what? I've done a lot. I've come out of that because listed in here are my parents, my employers, my church, my husbands, people I dated, you know, all of those things. And it's like, damn, over and over, it was all about seeking acceptance and finding my value in someone else's value of me, their evaluation of me. And I now know where my trauma started. Yeah, exactly. It takes you back. You realize it, and you realize, holy shit, this mimics one or both of my parents, right? And so that's where I recommend reading the other book, the Adult Children of Emotionally Unavailable. I always say it wrong. Emotionally Immature Parents. So anyway, I've got all the books, I've got all the tips and tricks for you, but I want you to do that assignment, okay? Write through those things and just see what you see. And have you healed those things? Are you able to look at this and go, okay, now I see that that's a thread for me. And it goes back and you trace it back to the root cause. Let me go process through my issues with my dad. Let me go process through my issues with my mom. Let me find out why I'm so attracted and why I seek my acceptance outside of myself, right? What's the name of this book? This book is called The Betrayal Bond, Breaking Free of Exploitive Relationships. The Betrayal Bond. Yep. And if you want me to send it to you, I can send it to you on Audible for free if you haven't received a free book there yet. So just send me a message on Instagram and I'll send it to you if you would like it. So anyway, there we go. We are running a little bit behind. That took a little longer than I anticipated, but it was worth it. I want you guys to take time and do that homework, okay? I thought it was going to be this long drawn out process. It was going to take me hours. I spent maybe 30 minutes doing all of that, getting really detailed on it and really looking at each situation. And then I had a fucking bowl of ice cream and I was damn proud of myself because I look at how far I've come, right? I couldn't have wrote that a year ago. A year ago, I'd have been like, it's all their fault. I can't believe this. I don't know why everybody's treating me this way. And now I'm like, ma'am, no ma'am, that's a reflection of you and you were only attracting that because you were broken. Now you're not, so you're not going to have to deal with that, right? Now, I still got to deal with some of those shitty situations because, kids are still involved. But anyway, I digress. All right, so we're gonna transition into our Teach Me Tarot segment. So if you're welcome, I'm glad it was worth it. If you would like to take notes and grab a pen and paper for that, you should already have one, right? And I'm going to move everything out of the way. Get you guys set up over here. And grab a pen and paper for that. You should already have one, right? And I'm going to move everything out of the way. Get you guys set up over here. So much stuff over here. I can't wait to have an office. I will have an office soon. All right. Let me take you on a trip. Looky there. It's actually looking pretty good right there, huh? What are we studying today, folks? It is the Moon card. Yeah, definitely key into it. Like, I felt a lot of things, but set with those feelings. And as you process through it, I was like, oh, dang, that triggered me. But why is it triggering me? Oh, wait, I don't think like that anymore. So you don't have to feel that way anymore. You can let that go. Like, it was pretty cool. So process through it. When I left Minnesota, my parents, who weren't always there, shocked me when they told me they were proud. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's good. But I hope that you also know that, you have that pride, right? You have that pride within yourself, and you know that you've done the damn work and you're showing up for yourself, right? All right, so the Moon. So this card is all about what? Exactly what we were doing in our healing session, right? We're focusing on shadow work, going in and facing those dark parts of ourselves. The dark parts of ourselves that say, oh, you changed your name back. I didn't realize that. The dark parts of ourselves, and I love that this is even the blood moon. Isn't that interesting that they use the blood moon? Because it's like the very thing that keeps you alive, that's pumping through your veins. Good. I am too. And I'm just impressed with how well you manifested that. And you kept everybody updated and like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This may have been a setback, but don't count me out. Just wait. I loved it. It was awesome. So for those of y'all that don't know, JT Allen has manifested his dream career at Disney and is now an employee there. Like, how cool is that? And JT has been in the live for over a year now. I've known him for over a year. And the change and quality of life and the energy has just been amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, so here we go. Let's get started on this. So it's necessary that we have to face the darkness within, right? A lot of emotions deep in the water. Good. Congratulations, Clubbug. Oops, I knocked off a box. Okay, so this also, like, where we have all of that protection, right? We have all of that protection. You've got the wolf howling at the moon. You've got the, I want to say scorpion, but it's not scorpion. Hold on. Lobster coming up out of the water, right? Got the lizards over here. Notice all of the emotions with the deep blues and the reds. It's a fiery, passionate energy. It's us going in and seeking self-knowledge. It's also still interacting with the world, right? I love this one right here, where she's like at peace with herself, but she's also like at the same time looking outward, right? Yeah, Cancer energy. Yep. And so it is this shadow. The moon is the shadow self of the sun. You realize that, right? So it's literally talking about your shadow self, doing that shadow work. Like we talked about, going deep within, finding what sets you off, finding what your triggers are, finding what it is that causes you to be attracted to certain things and where's the root of that. And then healing from those things. And again, showing up for yourself and giving yourself what you need. Now, a lot of times too, in the moonlight is when we can have some shady shit going down, right? Or you may have like these star-crossed lovers meeting up underneath the moonlight. They want to meet in the dark. A lot of the shady deals and things are operated in the shadows of the night. It's in secret. So you got to be careful when this card comes up. Sometimes it may be warning you that, the freaks come out at night, right? That you've got some things that are happening that you need to be wary of, that you need to pay attention to, that you need to find the source of truth, right? That you may be being deceived. The lights may not be fully on where you can fully see everything. All right, so some of the things, the wolves is the call of the wild, right? It's embracing that, what's the word I'm looking for? That animalistic instinct. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry, I moved my leg and I totally hit the camera and knocked you guys over. Sorry. Let's try to get back. All right, there we go. So, it's that embracing that animalistic instinct, right? We talked about that before, how we have to embrace the darkness of ourselves as well, that animal side, that we are part of the wild still, right? And sometimes you'll see dogs on there at the same time, like on this one, the Rider-Waite, you've got the dog there. We have that stuff happening, whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not. It is ever present, and we need to learn to balance it. So you may see like the towers on this one too. You got the towers representing balance. Here she's got the two statues representing the balance, but she's finding the balance within and then the balance outer. Again, balance shown in this one. Let's rotate through. We've had these on the front for a minute. Let's shown in this one. Let's rotate through. We've had these on the front for a minute. Let's rotate through. You guys see a different version. And by the way, on this one over here from the Osho Zen, this one actually says past lives, right? So it's talking about the karma and stuff that you have to deal with from past lives as well. It's not just about this life. You were a soul. It's not about one lifetime. It's about the evolution of your soul. So the water that we see, the tides of the ocean, think about this, you guys. This was huge for me whenever I was studying this card to begin with, is that the ocean is even, you notice the water is in all of these, right? And the ocean is directed by the moon, right? It's based on the moon's energy, and it's believed that the water within the human body is as well, which is why people say so much about working with the moon, using the moon energy, having moon water, doing all of those things, because it is actually controlling. We're 70% water. So to think that the moon does not affect us is asinine. What is the balance? What is missing to help people be balanced? You got to find the balance within yourself, that self-love, to where you show up for yourself and you do the shadow work, right? You go within. You go within and you meet yourself in that place of need, and you're not seeking it from outside sources, but you're finding it within yourself. It's going inward and doing that healing. And then you're balanced and you're able to look at things differently. Then the crayfish is what they call it, crayfish. So when it's coming up out of the ocean, that's a representation of the first awakening, right? Of you just stepping into your awareness. And it's actually, they say that somebody said it's for Pisces on one of my notes somewhere. It's for Pisces, but the water is definitely Cancerian energy too. So, and then the pool is even whenever you see the reflections in the water, like over here, you've got the reflection, here you've got reflection, right? You're looking into the water. Hold on, I gotta move that. And that is you like looking at things as though it's a mirror, right? That it's a reflection. And so it's something that we're trying to look into, and also realize that a mirror can reflect reality, but not always accurately, right? What does your mirror say on your car? Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear, right? And then let's see what else. Oh, the blood moon. I wanted to mention that. So I mentioned the blood moon a minute ago, but I love how that one has the blood moon. But another Aries, you may just see blood, and that also represents hormonal changes and the nature of the flux and the flow, right? And so it's a releasing. That's what we do on a full moon. And so a lot of times with women, I know they say that when you're in full alignment or whatever, that your cycle tends to match up with the moon. So pay attention to those things. Yes, we are all ruled by the moon, honestly. No wonder I've always been attracted to the moon. Yeah, you're 70% water. You're literally, controlled by the moon. You are. So anyway, there you go. That's what I got for you guys on that. Let me get, where's our little book? Uh-oh. I might have misplaced our book, guys, that you wanted me to read. I saw it earlier. I'll move it over here. Ah, there it is. Yep, I just moved it. Okay. Okay, let's see. So this is the moon card. Let's see what it says. All right, so we're going to look at light seers. You guys really enjoy that one. That is this one here. Okay. All right, so it says, oh, and when it's in reverse, it could be that you've got fears that are holding you back, right? That you're separating reality from illusion. You're having a hard time doing that. You're not processing things correctly. You're feeling confused, having anxiety, fear, all of those things, okay? All right, so it says, when we're faced with uncertainty and illusions, it can feel as though we're drowning. Trust that you will be okay, even if you can't seem to distinguish up from down right now. When you stop struggling to see that which you simply cannot see because it remains obscured behind the shadows of the moonlight, you will experience a deep release that will allow you to float in the surface of your truth. The moon card asks you to go within, to find comfort in the darkness, and to calmly listen to the whispers of your own intuition. There is divinity and magic here. When you fall into the moon's still waters, your inner wisdom will embrace you and push you toward the light. She will reinvigorate your creativity and resurrect your sparks as long as you go beyond your own fears to find her. So dive into her healing embrace, breathe past insecurities, and let her dimly lit magic guide you home. So it says, I am safe, and I reach new levels of unconscious knowing as I surrender to the will of the universe. Is that not so beautiful, so poetic? Hold on, I gotta get this cat out of here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a cat climbing all over me and all over everything. All right, let's see. Okay, we got some comments. When it comes to reading, is it okay to read practice? Oh, of course you can read and practice yourself. Yeah. Practice yourself. Different colorful moons by the water. Yeah, that's interesting. There are multiple different ones too. All right, so what resonates with you? What sticks out to you? What do you guys want to see in our tarot deck that we're creating? What are the images that stick out to you? What makes sense to you? What resonates with your heart and soul? What do you want to see represented? We are making this together. So what things stand out to you? I have the Grand Lux Tarot over here. Let's see if it says anything worth reading over here. Okay, so I love this part. It says they included the traditional pairing of a domesticated dog on the left and a howling wolf on the right. This conceptual comparison of captive domesticity and wild freedom is further symbolized by one being chained and the latter having broken free. Look at that. So that's just talking about that healing that's going on in there, right? Can I zoom in on that? Ooh, maybe. There we go. So look at that. They're chained and broken free. I love that. Lady in the water, you like that one? Yeah, that one's really intense too. Dang, up close and personal now. The wolves, the duality, yeah, I love that. Oh, the 18, this here, the shadow work one. Yeah, because that's definitely, I love that it's representative because it's literally a mirror image of him. It's a mirror image, and you've got the light and the dark, or the light and the dark, I said it backwards. The sun and the moon. But see, I love too that they're handing over control, right? It's the light showing up and saying, I'm here, let's embrace this, let's deal with this, right? And the darkness can't overcome the light. The light overcomes the darkness, right? The light brings forth and breaks through. I love it. Okay. Get y'all unzoomed in. Okay, we're going on a trip, so don't get dizzy. All right. Y'all, I gotta find a new tripod. This one has done well, but it is done. It is done. Yeah. Okay. All good cards, all good information. Okay, so let's do our collective. We're running a little bit behind. So we're going to do our collective and then move on into our discount rates. I see a couple of y'all have already booked. Y'all crack me up. You come in an hour ahead of time. Like, get me on the list. I love it. What I like about those 3, each have a shadow and breaking free. Yes, yes. Which is the whole point, right? What the heck? There we go. All right, so if you guys are wanting to book on live, we're going to do that here in just a minute. We're going to do our collective. If you guys will share the live, it's $25 for a quick read, $55 for an in-depth. I'll start off with free 1-card pulls for that as well. I moved my notebook. $25 for a quick read, $55 for an in-depth. If you're wanting to get one of those, you can go book through the link in bio. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out. And we'll do those here in just a minute. But if you'll go ahead and share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform, that'll get you on the list for a free 1-card pull. I'm going to go ahead and get that list going again and do our collective. And then we'll get started on our paid reads, okay? So no wait right now. Go ahead and book your reading now. Make sure you put your TikTok username, that you put your question if you have a specific question. Otherwise, it will be spirit-led, okay? You can, Katie. You need to share the live to your top 15 or to another social media platform. That'll get you on the list. All right, so Marcella got the first one. Joe Boxer, your mom no-showed on our appointment. I texted and emailed over and over. Nobody responded. Nobody showed up. I sat there and waited the entire time. Call me Marie Claire. I got you. Is everything okay? Gabby, I got you. Katie, I got you. And Ed, I already got you. Hi, Myra. Nicole, I got you. And Peekaboo, how are you? It's good to see you. Tamara, I see your share as well. Myra, I got you. You're welcome, Katie. And who else? Next one I see gets a free 1-card pull. Y'all are booking like crazy over there. Bring it. Not a bumblebee. Hi, Perfectly Imperfect. No, her appointment was today. I texted, I called, I emailed. I didn't call. I set up the Zoom. I sent everything. Yep, nobody showed up. Her appointment was today. Let's see. Yeah, she didn't show up. I texted, I emailed multiple times. She can message me on there. That's what I was saying. Is everything okay? Nobody showed up. Yeah, nobody showed up to the Zoom. You have to come to the Zoom. I sent you the link to the Zoom. We'll go over it later. They'll message me privately, okay? All right, who else? KG or Not a Bumblebee? Not a Bumblebee got it first. I sent it to the email and the phone on file. So message me later. Message me privately, okay? And we'll handle it. All right, so let's go with, we're going to do our collective first, then I'm going to get started on those, and then we're going to move into the discount rates, okay? So we're going to do our collective first. So if you're here, where the hell did, oh, I moved them all to the other side. Hold on. Yeah, log into your account on Square and make sure everything's legit on there. I was just worried that something was wrong because nobody showed up. Nobody was responding to any messages I was sending, so make sure it's all valid. It's okay, no worries. Okay, let's do, I feel like we got some power going on, right? So let's go to the wisdom deck. Let's go to the wisdom deck. I'm feeling like standing in our power today. Let's do that. All right, deep breath. Whoa, deep breath in. Let's see what messages Spirit has for us. And that makes sense because we are dealing with those traumas, right? We just went through all the trauma bonds, the betrayal bonds, how to process through, find out why you're attracting those certain things. What is it that makes you be so able to be seduced in those ways, right? Stepping into our power. That's good. I'm seeing that in our cards now. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, okay. this is also talking about the fact that as you're going through and processing these memories and things, you're letting go of those things, but you're still holding on to this idea that somebody else can do what you do better. Can you please understand that you are a person who is meant to be an initiator? You are meant to be someone who rises above the competition, that you are not here to compete with anyone else. You're only here to be a better version of yourself every damn day. So there really is no competition, right? So you are moving from that into this place of a major understanding, a major download from spirit, to where you can actually break free from this past that's been holding you back. And I want to encourage you that if you're not already pursuing this, even if you have a corporate job, there is something that you're supposed to be doing that is a creative passion for you. That's a way for you to express the gifts that you have within yourself that you're not doing, okay? If you would do this, it would provide for you financially and break you free from some of those other mundane cycles that you're stuck in, okay? So there you go. That's what I got for you guys as far as the collective for tonight. We're going to do a soul truth as well. I know I already gave you some homework, but we're going to do this one as well for those that maybe missed the homework from the healing session. What? This is crazy. What's so crazy about it? Can we save your reading? Oh, yeah, the one you just booked? You just got in here. Where are you going? Are you okay? Yeah, let me know when you get back. Let me know when you get back. All right, what do we need to know? It's so true. Yep. Okay, so what can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? So today's soul action is make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. All of it makes a difference. You got to sleep after the reading? How close are you? I don't know. I haven't got the list yet. Because you booked while we were in our teaching session. So I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm going to go get it right now. Love it, love it, love it. How's that resonating for you guys? Alexa, play some 2000s hip-hop on shuffle.
Shuffling a playlist you might like. Rediscover the 2000s hip-hop on Amazon Music.
All right, so if you're wanting to book on live, now's the time for you to do that. We're getting the music turned on, getting ready to turn up. All the candy shop. Major resonates. Awesome. Good. Amazing. Love it. Awesome. All right, I'm going to go to PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. If you're wanting to book on live, go ahead and head over to one of those. They're all linked in the bio, so you don't have to enter any names or anything. You just click on it, and it'll go straight to my profile. You're going to send 25 or 55. Put your TikTok username in a specific situation you'd like me to key into if you have that. Otherwise, it'll just be spirit-led. It'll be whatever message you need to hear.
I'll be an info in the hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park. It's whatever you into. Got the magic stick. I'm the love doctor. Any offense teasing you by us. Wanna show me you can work it, baby? No problem. Get on top and get the bounce around like a low rider. I'm a seasoned.
All right.
When it comes to this shit, after you work
getting locked out of freaking PayPal.
I'm trying to explain,
it is
baby,
my password.
I'm melting your mouth, girl, not in your hand. I let you lick the lollipop.
There we go.
Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till
great way to start. I'm not sure how I got connected to this because Spirit brought you here. I forgot your auto one. I wanted to see what's going on with me and my love interest. Okay, and your TikTok name. You're like, I forgot it all. I forgot it all. All right, I think what I'm going to do is go back and forth for you guys on free reads and paid reads so we can just keep it flowing. All right, so KG Money. I got you for Spirit-Led In-Depth. Myra for Spirit-Led. Jennifer Roman. You said on Cash App. Jennifer, you're Bumblebee, right? Okay, so for in-depth love reading, you did put that on there. You just forgot to put your TikTok name. Okay, gotcha. Okay, on your in-depth, are you wanting a current energy, like a person that you're dealing with, or are you wanting it to be just in general what's coming to you? Let me know if you want general or specific person. And then Shayna, I have you. Shauna, damn it. I did it right last week, but I did not tonight. Shauna, I got you for a spirit led. SP for sure. Okay, perfect. Want to make sure. All right, cool. So I've got Myra, Shauna, Kate, and Jen all for paid reads. And then I've got Marcella, Ed, Marie Claire, Gabby, Katie, Nicole, Peekaboo, Tamara, Myra, and Not a Bumblebee, Jen for free reads as well. Oh, ex-wife now wants to sell house officially. She signed off the listing agreement. Will she sell or settle? You've already asked this damn question. How many times are you going to ask it? I mean, Myra. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Did you not have me read that situation like a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I feel like I just read this. Yeah, but now she signed the agreement. Okay, so she did what I told you she's gonna do. Woman, we gotta get you to where you can trust beyond 24 hours. Alexa, turn the volume down. It's really loud. Thank you, I appreciate that. No, I think I'm not making sense.